Hello, I'm Alan Rule from the land of the Freedom Convoy, also known as Canada. You're probably wondering why I'm not dressed how I normally dress. I'm wearing a nice Russian hockey jersey. I'm not wearing a nice shirt because this stream is not about a serious topic. Well, it is a serious topic, but not about religion or church history or spirituality or anything. Got my kombucha. I'm addicted to kombucha. If I told you how much I drink a day, you'd probably be shocked. Oh, that's some good stuff. Hey, Kyle. So, yes, today the topic is they abolished the Reich Pass in my province. We're the first province to do so in Canada. If you don't know what a Reich Pass is, it's a vaccine passport. The vaccine passport has been abolished in my province. Our premier, who should not have put it in anyway, who's not a good guy, who put it in, he committed treason against his people by doing this. Apparently, 87% of our province, age 12 and over, is fully vaxxed. 87%. You know who's not fully or partially vaxxed? That's right. I held out. I had to live as a second-class citizen under the regime of the vaccine passport. A second-class citizen. And today, Kenney announced, that's our premier, announced that at midnight, things would be end. The vaccine passport would be gone. And just to celebrate, I drove to a local mall. I put this up on Twitter. I drove to a local mall and I went to the food court just as the mall was closing. And I tried to get in. And I'm like, hey, is it okay if I sit down? He didn't even ask me to show the Reich Pass because it's on the decline. The Freedom Convoy. Now, 2 hours south of me is a huge blockade at a place called Coots. Coots on the Alberta side, Sweetgrass on the Montana side. And there's a huge blockade. It goes all the way. The blockade is insanely huge. I'm just going to share screen here. Gesundheit passen. Hello, space trucker. God bless you. God bless all truckers. Canadian medical professionals have announced that vaxxed are expected to be positive for AIDS within the next few weeks. Well, thank you for that, Terry. I never got vaccinated. I'm so proud of myself. I never got it. By the way, if you did get it, I don't care because it's personal choice, vaccine or not. If you're going to decide to get vaccinated, if you're going to decide to get circumcised or have a heart transplant or amputate your arm, who cares? That's up to you and only you. It's not up to anyone else. Like if I go into a restaurant and like look, I couldn't sit down at a restaurant with like say with 20 people in it, but I could go into Walmart with 500 people and walk around. And that was fine. I could go to a mall with thousands of people and walk around. I couldn't sit down in the food court. And this was such BS. There's this mall in Calgary, Market Mall. I went there during the early stages of the vaccine passport. And I was there around supper time. I had to fix my phone at the Apple store. So they're like, we're going to need an hour. Come back in an hour and we'll be free. So I went to the food court to get some food. and they've blockaded the food court. It's like, you can't come in here unless you're vaxxed. I'm like, I'm not vaxxed. I need food. It's like, you can get food, but you have to go and leave and eat it somewhere else. So what happened was I just went and I got my food and I just sat down and ate. It's a huge huge food court. Oh, that's some good stuff. Kombucha is the most addictive drink on the planet. Like I said, if I told you how much I drank a day, you would not believe me. So, I'm just going to look at my Twitter here. Profile. Where's my media? Because we're going to show you this I can't find it. I'm trying to find how, because I had a video to show you how long the like a tweet that would show how long this convoy is, and it's long. Yo, what's up, Elijah? Oh, by the way, if there's for all the people in the chat, if there's a convoy in your area, because they're starting to do them globally now, just talk about it. I'll put it up on the screen, the comments. So if there's any convoys, just name it. And so I had to live as a second-class citizen. Now, there's a mask mandate in my province that's still on. I don't care about that. I'll tell you why. Because it discriminates against everyone. Everyone has to wear a mask. Now, I don't. I'm the only one who goes into buildings with no mask. There's starting to be more, though. And they don't make you wear a mask. Like, sometimes you'll walk in and the guy will be like, "Sir, do you have a mask?" And I'm like, "Nope." And then I just walk by them and they don't ask me again. So that's how, and the mask mandate will be abolished soon. But the Reich pass, also known as the vaccine passport, is abolished in an hour and a half. An hour and a half. I'm free. I'm a full citizen again in an hour and a half. Now, like I said, if you got vaccinated, I'm nothing against you. There's people I know who think, I'm going to pour myself some more kombucha. There's people I know who think that this vaccine makes you infertile. It's part of a genocide. It's meant to inject a 5G chip into you. And you know what I say to that? I say maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But whatever it does or doesn't do, you can't force me to take this. You can't force me to take this. Now, of course, that's what they'll be like. Okay, no one's forcing you, but you may have to sacrifice your job. You have to sacrifice livelihood. I sacrificed livelihood. I couldn't go to movies. Pre-pandemic, I went to movies once a week. I love movies. Now, of course, I got to watch them at home now, and I've gotten so used to it. Yo, Kyle, I'm curious if you don't mind me asking, what part of Texas are you from? If you don't want to say, that's fine, but just be interested. Share the city or the largest city close to you. So, what was I saying? Yeah, they have, of course, they'll just take away. And Scott Moe, the premier of Saskatchewan, admitted that this whole thing, north, close to Amarillo, maybe, I don't know. You don't need to say the city. That's fine. Scott Moe essentially said that the whole vaccine passport was never about keeping people safe, because it's not safe. Like me, I can go walk in a mall with thousands of people, or a Walmart with hundreds of people. I can't sit down in a restaurant with 20 people. So it's not meant to keep people safe. It's not meant to it's not meant to keep people safe. It's to take away rights, to frustrate the people until they decide to get vaccinated. And I was not going to get vaccinated. I'm not. I beat it. I won. All you globalist hacks out there. Alan Rule beat you. A Catholic in the Great White North, the land of the Freedom Convoy. I beat you. I beat you, mandates. I beat you, Kenney. I beat you, Blackface Trudeau, George Soros, Jeffrey Sachs, Bill Gates. I beat all of you. Because I resisted. That's a great... Coercive vax is medical rape. In fact, the whole day, I've been ecstatic since about 3-4 hours ago when they first announced this. About an hour ago, I was at the bank depositing some cash, and I'm at the bank machine. A lady comes in beside me, and she's like, "Oh, how are you doing?" And I'm like, "I am amazing." Then I went to explain her why. And she says that she had to do some Girl Scout stuff with her daughter, and because of that, she had to get vaccinated. So she was coerced into it. She was strong-armed into it. That's sick. And yeah, I don't think it's a sin to get vaccinated. Again, I know people who think it's part of a genocide, a 5G chip. It's going to make you infertile. Again, I don't know if that's true or not, and I don't care. But no one has a right to make you take it. Now, if you are watching this and you live in an area that still has a vax passport, you've got to fight against it. You've got to fight against it because it's taking away human rights. Again, I didn't like the mask mandate, but that applies equally to everyone. Yeah. And no, I lived as a second-class citizen. And yeah, I'm gloating. I'm gloating right now. Today's my day of gloating. I'll be humbled tomorrow, but I'm gloating now. I'm gloating because I beat you monsters. And with our convoy, the convoys, it puzzles me that the people in Ottawa, the politicians that they were coming for, mainly Trudeau and his party, I don't know why they didn't try to do anything more. For those who don't know, wait, hold on. I'm going to see if I can pull up Google Maps here. Google Maps. I'm going to see if I can share this. Share screen. Oh, no. Sorry here. Sorry about this. Extra camera. I'm not sure yeah. Wait, share video file. Okay, perfect. Wait. Yeah. All right, Google Maps. All right, this is Calgary, where I live. I wonder, can everyone see this? Okay, this is good. All right, so see this is Calgary. The convoy, about 5 days before it got to Ottawa, it went through Calgary. It went through Calgary and it hit Saskatchewan. And this convoy was so big that, well, it entered. Okay, the convoy's destination was Ottawa. That's right here. Right here. You see it? Right there. Don't zoom in. Okay. All right. So as soon they should have known something was happening. Because if you take a look, this is the province of Manitoba here. I'm going to teach you a little geography lesson. Straight north of North Dakota. In fact, the accent that you find in Minnesota, I'm not that good at accents, and North Dakota goes up into Manitoba. They've got the same accent there. And so anyway, the convoy, as soon as the convoy was starting to enter Ontario here, the first city in Ontario is Kenora. As soon as they were started to enter this, as soon as they were starting to enter Ontario on the border here, they were crossing the back of the convoy was on the border between Manitoba and Saskatchewan. It was over here. The convoy was a province long. The convoy was a province long. And so, yeah, that just, yes, I am. Huge Flames fan. Although I'm not wearing a Flames jersey now. I'm wearing a KHL Russian jersey. Yeah. So that is how big the convoy was. And you would think the people here in Ottawa would have prepared. That they'd have been like, guys, do you know how long this convoy is? You know how long the convoy is? It's a province long. It's 600 miles long. And now Ottawa is essentially under occupation by these Western truckers. And of course, there's mandates on truckers that there are mandates on truckers that make it impossible to do their job unless they're vaxxed. And again, you can't coerce someone to vax people. Like these things are pure evil. To coerce someone, to get someone to get a procedure that they don't want completely against their will. So you have to take away basic human rights. And Scott Moe, I'm impressed. He admitted that this was never about keeping people safe. It was about, yep. As I said, Xander, when the convoy was crossing the border here from Manitoba to Ontario, the end of the convoy was at the Manitoba-Saskatchewan border. Yeah, exactly. And guys, I'm going to be honest. In my entire life, I've never been more proud to be Canadian. In my entire life. Not even when we win the gold medal in hockey at the Olympics, which I don't think we're going to do this year because there's no NHL players. It's going to go to Russia. But I'm just going to say, I've never been more proud of my life that we are, and the whole world's doing these convoys now. In Finland, they have them. It's like a blizzard there, but they have in Helsinki, I think it's Helsinki, freedom convoys in solidarity with Canada. They're all over the world. They're in the States, and more blockades are happening. First of all, it was just Ottawa and Coutts. So Coutts is the. Let me show you how long the blockade is in Coutts. All right, Coutts here. If you go, is the border here. This is the border crossing. Here is Milk River. The blockade goes from Coutts to Milk River. It's like 20 kilometers. And if you've seen this blockade, it's so incredibly long. No one knows. And okay, that used to be Yeah, so I'm going to put, okay. All right. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to take this. There used to be only two blockades, Coots and Ottawa. Now there's a blockade in Windsor, which is across the border from Detroit, and there's one in Surrey, British Columbia, which is right by Vancouver. And all right, so I'm going to remove this. I'm going to share again. Stop screen. All right, so I'm going to share screen. All right, I'm going to show you. I think it's, wait, where is it? This is the Coots blockade. Look at this. This is the Coots. This goes for 20 kilometers. That's right. This is what is at the Montana border. And this border crossing is the busiest border crossing. Okay. So that is that's how long the convoy is. And that's at Coots. They're starting to blockade Surrey. There's a blockade in Windsor. Yeah, and they're starting to do more. They're starting to do blockades in pretty much every city. There was some in my city last night. One of Justin Trudeau's party members, one of his members of parliament, has turned on him. And basically says we need to abolish all these restrictions. You're calling these people a bunch of white supremacists, because that's what he's doing. He's calling the truckers white supremacists. Keep in mind, this guy's worn blackface more times than he can remember. So, I mean, the idea that he's calling other people white supremacists. But, like, it's kind of like saying, that Trudeau, in fact, Pierre Poilievre told them, it's like, oh, because one guy had a Confederate flag in the convoy. It was probably a plant, by the way, because he had a mask on. He's probably a plant by Trudeau or something, or some crazy liberal. Because of that, they're like, oh, it's a racist convoy. In fact, it was Mark Holland, the liberal House leader, is like, oh yeah, it's a racist convoy. And then Pierre Poilievre is like, no, people need to take responsibility for their own actions. If it goes to the individual. It's like, for example, a member of your party wore blackface more than he can remember. Does that mean your party's racist? No. Just one guy is racist. Okay, Elijah, is the current Trudeau worse than his father or not? He's worse. Way worse. It's not even close. Now, in all fairness, that was prior to my time. I'm 35. There you go. I might as well just hit that out there. So I'm born in 86. So Mulroney was the Prime Minister of Canada when I was born. He was a conservative. And and he essentially took over because Trudeau retired, and then Turner took over, and then Turner lost. And and then Mulrooney won. He stayed in power. Then he stepped down. Then Kim Campbell ran. Then she lost to Chrétien. Chrétien was leader till 2003. He resigned. Paul Martin was prime minister until 2006. And then it was Stephen Harper, who was my favorite prime minister. Although he was pro-choice, he was very good economically. Never got the vaccine, only wore a mask if I had my kids with me. My kids never, ever wore a mask. God bless you, Hallie. God bless you, hallelujah. Question, Hallie. I don't want to ask where you are, but did they have a vaccine passport where you are, Hallie? Because mine is being abolished in 1 hour and 15 minutes. In 75 minutes, I will be a citizen with equal rights again, or almost equal rights. I still can't fly on a plane, but the convoy's taking care of that. I just want to say out there that everyone who supported the vaccine passports, not vaccinated, if you want to get vaccinated, I don't care. But if you supported the passports, I can't think of words to describe you right now. I don't think there's words in the English language to describe how disgraceful you are, or any language, and I speak several. But there is one good thing for all of you people that supported these vaccine passports. There's a man named Jesus Christ, and you can repent and turn to him and be forgiven for that sick, disgusting sin that you supported. And yeah, but God is merciful. We worship a merciful God. And I did not want Karens attacking me in front of my kids. So did they have a Vax Pass, Hallie? That's big. I don't know if the states had vaccine passports. I know we had them in Canada in every freaking province. Like in Alberta, you could have a test negative. And hand in the test. I know people that forge tests. I didn't do that because well, I didn't want to get caught. I did make a fake vaccine. See, as soon as the vaccine passport started, it started as paper, or like, and I had a fake vaccine passport, and I only used it once to see the movie Dune in theaters because I love the book Dune, and there's no way I was not seeing this movie in theaters, and I'm glad I did. It was so good. I saw it on the last day before the QR codes came in because I can't fake the QR codes. Yeah, no, it's yeah, I felt my rights slipping away, but now they're going to be back in 1 hour and 12 minutes. I'll be a full citizen again. By the way, it's not ironic. I'm currently reading The Betrayal of Anne Frank. I don't got the physical book here. That's in my living room, currently reading. But no, this is good. And it talks about how they lived in a time where people took away the rights of other people for very sick and twisted reasons. And I love unsolved mystery. And they claim they know who betrayed Anne Frank. I'm not there yet. Obviously, it's at the end of the book. Just started yesterday. I still got a chapter's gift certificate that my sister gave me for Christmas. Chapters is the equivalent of Barnes and Nobles, in case you're wondering. The Canadian equivalent of Barnes and Nobles. And so I love like mysteries, unsolved conspiracy theories, like Amelia Earhart. I like researching what happened to her. I'm pretty sure we know what happened to her. The incident of the Dyatlov Pass in Russia in 1959. The Isdal woman in Bergen, Norway. Very interesting stuff. Lots of good stuff on that. I love those. So many. And of course, they think in 2008, I was in Amsterdam and I went to the Anne Frank house, the secret annex. And I've not actually read the diary. But more kombucha. As I mentioned, I'm addicted to kombucha. So who here in the chat, I just want to know, who here had a vaccine passport? Who lived under a region where you were bound by vaccine passport? Because I did. It's going to expire tomorrow. It's going to expire in a little over an hour. I'll be free. Look how much kombucha I drink. So I want to know here. Yeah, they had the mask mandate here, and now I think Blackface Trudeau is starting to feel the pressure. Two premiers have said they're going to reverse the Vax Pass almost immediately. That's the premiers of Alberta and Saskatchewan. The premier of Quebec said they're not going to do their health tax. I've heard good things about PEI as well. PEI will be taking a look at that. And pretty much anywhere with a conservative government is going to abolish it soon. My friend, because I live close to British Columbia, BC, I'm probably only an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes away from BC. But I got a friend who lives just inside the border he minds. I want to go visit him, but that's Vax Pass territory, and it won't be abolished anytime soon because they got a coalition government between the Socialist Party and I believe the Green Party. It's a nightmare there. It's horrific. Yeah, so as soon as the Freedom Convoy got to Ottawa, Trudeau said he tested positive for COVID and fled. And it's ironic because he tested himself the day before and it turned out negative. And he's like, I have no symptoms and I tested negative, but I'm still isolating. Then the next day, he mysteriously tests positive for COVID. So, so he was hiding, and he was probably hoping that by the end of a week, this would all be gone. The main protest on Saturday was even bigger the next Saturday. They're not going anytime soon, and they tried to confiscate all their fuel. Let me show you something. Dun, dun, dun. There's Pierre Poilievre. I'm just going through. Yeah, so they raided all the fuel of the trucker convoys. They raided all the fuel because they're trying to starve them out because you need fuel to heat your sleepers or else well, you'll get cold. And it's a cold time of year. It's cold in Ottawa right now. I don't know what the exact temperature is, but it's colder there. It's pretty warm here. It's above zero, actually. It's above zero, which is rare for this time of year. At this time last year, it was minus 35 Celsius. But it's above zero now. I'm even sleeping with the window open. But let me just show you what happened after they share screen. Hold on. Chrome tab. This is what happened when Clownface Trudeau tried to the police chief of Ottawa tried to steal all their jerry cans. Take a look what happened. Okay. All right. Perfect. Look what happened here. Look at this. Look at everyone. They all brought jerry cans.
Play your next move, Trudeau.
You fuckhead.
Oh, sorry. I don't endorse that language.
Play your next move, Trudeau.
Yeah, see, so that completely backfired because they're like, we're going to... there's Parliament Hill, Parliament buildings. Yeah, see, the cops
We have
can
a lot of
arrest...
fuel reserves.
We are living.
You want to hit us with confusion? We'll hit you harder. That's a fucking game you guys want to play.
Yeah, so the whole idea is... Okay, I'm gonna take that away now. The whole idea is he doesn't know what's coming for him. They think the police chief in Ottawa does not know how to deal with the situation. The truckers are prepared, they're well funded, and they have a loyal cause. I don't even think the Ottawa police agrees with what he's doing. He's only doing this because he's getting a paycheck. The mayor of Ottawa says, get rid of those protesters. But you just see press conferences with the police chief of Ottawa, and he is just depressed. He doesn't know what to do. Nothing's going to work. Yeah, no, he knows that he's a tool of evil. He knows that he's trying to stop people fighting for freedom. For freedom. That's what they're doing. The government has had 2 years to stop these to stop COVID, and it's failed miserably. The most they can do is this pathetic vaccine that's so bad you have to have a booster every 6 months. I told all my friends who got vaccinated. See, me, I never told anyone not to get vaccinated again. But like, I just kind of remind them. It's like, why are you getting a booster? They're like, well, what do you mean? We're getting it because their doctor told me. You're only getting a booster because your first 2 shots aren't doing their job. And you know, the booster isn't going to do its job either. That's why you're going to have to get shot number 4. There's people I know who are vaxxed 4 times. I know a lady from Iran. She got vaxxed in Iran with 2 things, and she comes here, and she has an opportunity to get Pfizer because in Iran they have a Chinese vaccine, and she didn't trust it. I don't blame her. And so then she got two Canadian vaccines. So she's 4 times vaxxed. 4 times vaxxed. I'm 0 times vaxxed. And I never, ever taken that vaccine. Again, if you guys want to do it, I don't care. I won't lose any respect for you. You'll still be my friends. I'm nothing against people who take the vaccine. Mandates are sick, are straight from hell, straight from the pit of hell, from the devil. And I am glad that our Freedom Convoy is fighting against this stuff. And when you watch the press conferences, okay, I'll tell you where I'll tell you whose channel to follow. Channel, okay, Tire Roaster. Okay. I want everyone to, like, a good convoy channel is that. There. I want you to subscribe to this guy. He's got a ton of good convoy stuff. So if you want to keep up with the convoy, he's on the ground in Ottawa. He's from Calgary, just like me. Well, I'm not from Calgary, but I've lived here for 10 years. So I just say I'm from Calgary. So follow that guy. Elon Musk encourages yeah. Again, if they say, "Yo, Alan, I think you should get vaxxed." Okay, thanks for your opinion. I'm not going to tell anyone what to do or what not to do. But in terms of mandates, the mandates and the vaccine passport, I couldn't eat at a restaurant because I didn't have the vaccine passport. I love restaurants. I had to cook at home or get takeout. Or go to like a friend's house to eat. So that's what's going on in my life. I got equal rights coming to me in 1 hour. And I'm so proud of myself that I said no to tyranny. I said no to tyranny. We all say, we all like to say, if we lived in 1930s and 40s Germany, would we have opposed Hitler? Because some people opposed, some people supported, but most people just went along with the flow, took their kids to school, took them to soccer practice, took them to, just going to the movies, going on hot dates, buying groceries, paying your mortgage. That's what everyone was doing. But I can make a good case that I would have opposed Hitler because I opposed these mandates. I opposed them so much I was willing to lose my rights over them. And I encourage all of you, if your government does these sick things, is you need to be like the Freedom Convoy and stand up, because everyone deserves equal rights. And especially when they say it. Like, for example, this is a good question. Alan, do you think Justin's days in office are numbered? I hope so. He does not have a lot of capital left. He tried doing an election a few months ago, and things ended up the same as they did in 2019, almost exactly. So I don't think he's going to get a majority again, but I don't know. He's really unpopular, including his own party. But like, they kind of got to they've kind of got to stand behind him because he is their leader. But I do admire the one liberal from Quebec. I can't remember his name. You can type him into Google, who broke ranks with his own party and denounced Trudeau's treatment of the convoy. He denounced it. We know it's not a bunch of white supremacists and stuff. Yeah, there might be one or two of them, but the idea that it's a white supremacist movement. No, it's a freedom movement. You abolished all the mandates, and they'll get the heck out of Ottawa. And there's more blockades coming, guys. It used to be just Ottawa and Coutts. Now it's Surrey. That's a suburb of Vancouver at the border. But they need more trucks. So the people who organize the convoys have sent out a message. People like Pat King, or Chris Sky. He sent out a message on Telegram. Follow Chris Sky on Telegram. If you guys have Telegram, his by the way, I think Telegram is my favorite social media app these days. It is, I think it's Real Chris Sky. And Chris Sky, he's the one who dismantled the hotel quarantine. He was in Ottawa on Saturday giving the speech at the lockdowns, and the speech is on his Telegram if you want to go see it. So follow him on Telegram. I love Telegram. My favorite social media. So I did start getting bots. That just means I'm worth harassing. By the way, I'm at 1,520 subscribers. I'm going to do some special at 2,000. What I'm going to do, I don't know. Okay, so Holly, so follow Chris Sky, real Chris Sky. If you want, I will put the link. Well, I don't know if I know how to do that. Wait, hold on. I'm going to try to share, copy.
What's going on, everybody?
Whoa.
The updated Windsor.
Yeah, so in Windsor, Ontario, there's an Nanar blockade, and that one is huge. That one is huge, and it's so damaging. And there's going to be more in the coming days. Yeah, because these things aren't slowing down. It's no mercy. You know, they try to take our rights away. Hold on. Okay. There. That's his Telegram. I've put his Telegram in the yeah, and try to look at everything you can of his. Follow this guy on Telegram. He's the guy. And get Telegram. It's a very secure social media. Very secure. I trust Telegram more than pretty much everything else. And yeah. I have 183 sub. Guys, sub to Kyle. Let's get him over 200. Let's get me to 2,000, and I'll do something special. I might, like, for example, I'm thinking a game I play, like a game show I love, like I love Jeopardy. And I play Jeopardy every day, and I keep score. And I can normally beat one of the people there. I can sometimes beat two people, but maybe I'll play a game of Jeopardy live. I'd love to go on that show one day. It's like I think I could do pretty well. I love trivia, like Jeopardy, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, amazing shows, and there's tons of reruns on YouTube. So, all right, I'll tell you what. I'm at 48 minutes now. I'm going to go to 1 hour, then I'm going to cut the stream. So, you got me for 12 more minutes. So if you guys got any questions about the convoy, about the vaccine passport, about Trudeau, about Kenney, about Blackface, that's Trudeau, I'm happy to answer. Or if you want to ask me theological questions or church history questions, although that's not really the topic, I'll answer them. So I wonder what happened on the WhatsApp group about someone we know and the move they did recently. Okay, I got a question, Catholic biblicist. Am I in this group? Are we talking about the guy who became a sedevacantist? Are we? Alan, I have a controversial question. Well, I hope it's not too controversial. All right, let's hear it. Yes, it does. Now, yes, he can. He can call an election when he thinks it's it's Ben Beal. He became a sedevacantist. He actually told me privately about a week ago. He sent me a private message. It's like, by the way, I'm a sedevacantist, and I'm like, oh, okay. All right, have a good day. You know, I just, it's sad. I wish him the best, but I hope he comes back. All right, so yeah, he can call an election anytime he wants. But he can't take more than 5 years. Now, sometimes the government will be voting on something and he'll get defeated, which causes an automatic election. And yeah, so he can call it, or he could get defeated in the House of Commons, and that would be that would cause an election. Your opinion on Pope Francis and Communion of Saints? To be honest, if Pope Francis, I'm starting to try to ignore that guy. He's bad for the faith, bad for my faith. I just like he scandalizes the church every time he opens his mouth. So for my sake, I gotta ignore him. He was giving me last September. Darn, I wasn't sharp enough to perceive that he was probably looking for approval. Yeah, again, I don't know all the details. I just know he's a SETI. He sent me a private Twitter message. Again, I wish him the best. He's a very good guy. He just, look, I'm frustrated with all the the modernism too. I'm sure everyone in the chat is as well. It's not fun having a pope this bad, but he is the pope. If you're wondering that, McVine, I think he's the pope. Apparently, people are saying Taylor Marshall's a SETI now. I don't think he is. He just said something ambiguous, unless he comes out and says Francis is not the pope, which I don't think he has. All right, guys, you got 8 more minutes. I hope so. As an Orthodox, I pray for the one called Pope, no matter who. As a Catholic, so do I. Guess we have something in common. All right. Kyle Marks, 1,000%. I'm for it. All right, guys. Time's a ticking. I'm going to cut at the 1 hour mark. So ask questions about anything. Ask about anything. You can even ask me about the book I'm reading, The Betrayal of Anne Frank. Again, I don't have the book here. It's in my living room. This is the cover. But no, it's good. It came out at the end of January. We are all Catholic. Amen. So yeah, ask me about anything, guys. But I'm just gonna say that I stuck till the end. I held firm. I lived as a second-class citizen, and I beat the vaccine passport. I beat the vaccine passport. I owned it. It's gone. It's gone in 1 hour. It's gone not even in 1 hour. How do you manage not to let some Anglicans irritate you? It takes a lot to irritate me, to be honest. I'm very laid back. It's very which opinion do you hold about a pope falling in heresy? The Bellarmine or the Dominican one? To be honest, I don't know all the specifics, and I don't listen to podcasts on this stuff. I believe I don't know what the Dominican one is. I think I know the St. Robert Bellarmine one. What's the Dominican one if you put that? But I don't think the Pope has officially taught heresy. He said heretical things, yes, but keep in mind, even Pope Honorius talked about and promoted heresy. He just didn't teach it officially, whereas Pope Agatho taught the truth officially. See ya, Kyle. I'm just going for another 5 minutes anyway, so God bless. And guys, remember, the number one thing you need to know is resist tyranny. If there's a convoy close to you, support the convoy. Support support the convoy. Like, they're fighting for our rights in Ottawa, all over the country, in Coutts. You saw that picture I showed you of Coutts, the border, that 20 kilometers long. No one is going to stop that. No one's going to stop that until all the mandates are done. All the mandates. This all started with the trucker mandate because Trudeau said that truckers, if they go into the States, they have to quarantine on their way back for 15 days, which is impossible to do, or 14 days or something like that. So they can't do their job. And that came into effect January 15th. And once that happened, the convoy started to mobilize. And it was, again, it's 600 miles at one point. That's what this is. Convoy fought for freedom. And because of those convoy people, there's no more vaccine passport in my province. I believe it was yesterday. I can't remember the name of that bridge, but there's that bridge. It is bottleneck. Oof. No one's getting through that. I can't remember the name of that bridge, but it's blocked pretty good. No one's getting through that. I could be wrong, but I think the Dominican ones that the Pope falls the moment he falls into heresy ipso facto. I'll have to check that out. Which was that, Aquinas or Albert or? Yeah. So yeah, no, that's true because Coutts, the one I showed you on the map, is the largest border crossing between the Rocky Mountains and the Great Lakes. It's the most important. So much international trade goes across that border. Oh, is that true, Helly? Western Hemisphere. Wow, fancy. Yeah. So I think but don't be surprised if this carries over. It's already in other countries. These convoys have started in Brazil and Finland, in places in Africa. There's convoys everywhere now. In solidarity with us, and I never thought Canada could do this, because Canadians, I always thought, were kind of like this passive, submissive, we take what our government gives us. No, I'm impressed, and we're sending a message to the whole world with these truckers. Elon Musk was even tweeting in favor of our truckers. Wanted to talk about and Gary Lagrange. I've read a bit of Gary Lagrange. Got about 5 of his books over there. Complex stuff. That's complex stuff. I don't know if Torquemada stuff's been translated into English. Maybe not. It's interesting. All this stuff, but I currently plowing through this the Betrayal of Anne Frank right now, and then after I got more Crusade stuff, but I'll get back to Gary Lagrange eventually. Again, that's complicated stuff. That's the highest level of theology you can get. That's that kind of neo-scholastic. Canadians have proven to be patriotic. Yeah, exactly. And not just when we're cheering on our hockey team, we're but by the way, I finally watched our female hockey team against the American female team yesterday. The only thing I watched so far this Olympics. I have no interest this Olympics. I like the Summer Olympics better. Although it's weird because we do better in the Winter Olympics. At the last Olympics, we beat the States both in gold and total medals. It was pretty impressive. Good night, Alan. God bless. You're going to miss the best question, Holly. Favorite Crusade battle? Ooh. Battle of Jaffa, Richard the Lionheart against Saladin. And there's some good videos of that on YouTube. There's one on Kings and Generals. There's another one on Real Crusades history. All right, so Our Lady, pray for Canada. Amen. Pray for us. All right, we've hit the 1 hour mark, guys. I'm going to sign off. Pray for freedom. Pray for the convoy and the convoys all around the world and all the freedom fighters around the globe. Pray that all the mandates, including these disgusting, sick vaccine passports, are repealed, not just everywhere in Canada, but in the whole world. Just say one prayer tonight, just one Our Father or one Hail Mary for these people. The Siege of Malta. I don't think that was a crusade, though. That was in 1565. But long story short, pray for freedom and do what you can. Guys, it's been 2 years. The mistake we made is we assumed that our government had our best interest in mind. No. The vaccine passport, if you're a government and you implement a vaccine passport, you need to repent and turn to Jesus Christ. Abolish the Vax Pass, turn to Jesus. Jesus is merciful, and he will connect you to God the Father in heaven. So, guys, I'm going to sign off now. God bless. Thanks for watching this. I didn't plan on doing this, but Kenney announced the vaccine passport. The Reich pass was gone, and I couldn't be happier. I hate that thing. In 38 minutes, I'm no longer a second-class citizen. I love it. Tomorrow, I work downtown on the way home because I walk into work and I walk to and from work. I'm going to stop at Eau Claire and see a movie. I haven't seen a movie since Dune, and before that, it was February of 2020. That's what this has done. But guys, we can't let up. We can't let up. We will win. Keep pushing, and we'll abolish all these mandates, including all the vaccine passports. And I feel bad for those who are still under that sick rule of law, which has nothing to do with health. It's to do with trying to punish us, to coerce us, to get us to do this vaccine that should be our personal choice. All right, guys, God bless. Read the Bible, pray the rosary, and also have some icons in your room, and even a Matryoshka doll. See, I got a Matryoshka doll. I bought that in Ukraine, in Odessa or Kiev. It's Odessa or Kiev. I had to buy a Matryoshka doll because you can't go to Ukraine without buying a Matryoshka doll. All right. God bless all of you, and good night. Freedom is good.